want to tell you a little bit about how we do budgeting, the beginning of the process. So technically, in any business, when you want to forecast business, you need to do a supply-demand analysis. And I have not seen it done by any hotel group in the world. So I decided that it's better I do it, because in the first couple of years I was in the business, when we were discussing pricing, what is the occupancy, what is the room rate we can achieve, it's all very subjective. Your opinion against my opinion. It is not based on any data at all. So I started on the journey of trying to do a supply and demand analysis, and this is where we are today. So the first thing we do is look at the supply. So in a competitive area, I've also learned, I've done this analysis, and I tried, at first I broke it up 5-star, 4-star, and 3-star. And it's very, very difficult, and because the market is not totally separated. Let me explain what I have observed. Okay. When demand is high, it's picking up, occupancy start to go up, right? We always see that the what do you call it? The 3-4-star price start to move up, because occupancy always in the recovery, the lower level price hotels will get the benefit of more people coming. So we see that, and in a 3-4-star, we start to raise the price. But as we raise the price, the 4-star will raise the price, and then the 5-star will raise the price. It's go this way, right? Although the 5-star may be maintaining the price, they will also raise the price if occupancy going up. In a recession, it is also similar, because typically the 3 and the 4-star are a bit more agile. They will drop the price to gain the market share, right? And then finally, the 5-star will reduce the price. So actually, in terms of supply demand study, you need to put all of them in one basket to do a projection. Right? So that's where we are today. So we list all the 3 to 5-star hotel within the area we compete in, right? And sometimes that is a little bit of an art, because you have to guess who are your competitor and what are the set. Example, Everly Putrajaya at the beginning, I thought Cyberjaya Hotel would compete with us. So their hotel number were included. But subsequently, as we run the hotel, we noticed that we are a completely different market sector, because the people who stay here will not stay there, and people who stay there will not stay here. So we had to remove them. Right. So this is a process you go through, and then by your market operation and looking at where your customer are willing to trade off to stay, you know roughly who are the hotel you're going to compete with. So what we then do is, so you look at your hotel, and then you can see each hotel. The numbers are easy to get. The hotel, what is the number of rooms they have? And if they have been open for 1 year, you know is the number of room times 365 days, you have the total available room night for that hotel, right? And looking back also easy. You can track down when the hotel opened, and roughly somebody in the market will remember that this hotel actually opened 10 years ago in October. So you know they were only effective for on the market for 3 months. And chances are they didn't fully open the hotel in one shot anyway, right? So we take the market data from before, right? Then we look at what are all the new hotels that are coming up, right, under construction. So again, we estimate where are they? Are they at piling stage? Are they on the podium stage? First floor, second floor? And because of our construction experience, we know that we can predict, okay, this hotel, in terms of physical construction will finish in 18 months and they need 6 months for fit out. So chances are it will come on the market in 2 years' time. And be aware that projects always get delayed. Projects seldom finish earlier than the projected date that the people involved will tell you, right? So with that, then you add on those new supply coming on to the existing hotel room nights. So you then have a forecast, and basically you will forecast up to 3-4 years ahead, and it will plateau out because you don't have data for forward position anymore. So that is a number of room nights available in the market. On the demand side, basically we keep track of all the existing hotel, and a lot of time we make friends with the hotel manager or the front office manager, or sometimes we have our ex-staff working there and we will just share some data. I give you my data, you give me, but it's the end of the year, last year's data. So it is not important for the current competition. So most people are willing to share. So based on that, we know what is the occupancy. So we can multiply by the number of rooms they have, room night for the year they have, and we have a demand. So on this chart, you can see the bar chart. The bar chart, the blue one is a supply, and the red chart, red bar is the demand, right? Okay, so if you divide the two, you get the occupancy as we can see, right? And that is the what you call it, historical occupancy up to the last year we do this exercise. Right? For projecting out forward, the best thing we can do is just take the number of room nights sold and run the regression, because that's the best estimate of the data. And then you use a regression line to project out the next 5 years. Right? So that is expected room night consumption for the 5 years. And then if you take that number and divide by the projected room nights available, you will get the forecasted occupancy for the next 5 years. Okay. Now, you got to be very aware that this is not an algebra function. A plus B does not necessarily equal C, because it's all based on a better feel of the market, a bit more data driven, and because of that, we can make some judgment call, right? So within that scope, we then work on our budget to say, next year, the market is going to be that, and what is our strategy? Are we going to go for high price, low occupancy, or medium price, or reasonable price at a higher occupancy? So that allows us a much more a richer way of discussing what are the possibilities and what will be the reaction of our competitor. Because if the market is trending up, chances are they will raise price also. But if we know that prices are going down, occupancy is going down, we know that everyone's price will go down. So that also allows us in terms of strategy to say forward position, whether we're going to sell cheaper, or forward position we'll hold back, and reaching closer to the date, we are able to sell at a higher price, right? Okay, so on the technical aspect, when we run regression, you will get the R square, which tells you how accurate it is. Chances are R square is not going to be very high, but this is as good as it gets, and this allow you to be discussing your budget or your pricing in a much more rational and easier to understand. Now, when we start to do this projection, and I repeat, we are the only hotel management company in the world who is doing that, and we present our budget to the owner, and it's based on facts. Within 1-2 years, they can understand the thought process behind it, and they understand that the way we did the budget, it is much more data-driven, much more enriching, and so they have much more confidence in our numbers compared to what they have seen in other projects or other hotels.